Man, welcome to the Eli Show. I'm your host, Eli Tanner, and I know it's a little bit later in the week. It's a Friday, if you didn't know. The weekend's coming off, and I can't wait. NBA basketball tonight. Myself going to George Strait concert tomorrow in Death Valley. First concert in over 20 years at Clemson's football stadium. And man, I have to get to a topic and quick. Here's the thing. There's a lot of fake things out there. A lot of AI generated things. There's a lot of scripted things. And I come here to say, with glasses and an earpiece in, I'm not one of those. I don't wear glasses. There's a blue light. Fake. I got a headset. Oh, don't worry. Don't connect to anything. This Lakers jersey, got it for like $15 off of DHgate. But here's the thing. I think people make things scripted. People make AI things because they want to get attention, and our generation loves to get attention. And the second main thing, they wanna almost like, it's a hard way to say this. They wanna not be themselves in the inside. They want to show something on the outside, but their inside's completely different. And I say as I put my glasses on and put my fake earpiece, it's okay to be different. I mean, look at myself, bro. I don't care. See, it's not many people who are 14 who write a book. There's not many people who start their own podcast, or go out there and try to do things. Start a business of fixing bikes or cutting grass. They used to go door to door trying to sell people cookies, trying to sell people, things to have a fundraiser for school or to do all different types of things just to get money to buy some fireworks. And now, what's the big changing point? The year 2020, COVID. Yeah, this is a sports podcast, but there's a lot of fake sports going out there. Not fake sports, fake news about sports, fake things that are going around, coaching things. Even some people saying there's more scripted stuff going around. I don't like the comment of the Savannah Bananas are scripted. That's outrageous. They're not. I don't like the thing that the NBA or NFL scripted. Why do people do this? And I said this before. I think people are just mad. Right? When you're mad, you say things you probably regret later. The NFL scripted. There's already a champion. Why are all these people saying this? The fan bases that won did not say it was scripted. The fan bases that lost in the first round, the Dallas Cowboys are saying this. The Raiders are saying this. Oh, it's not fair. Or Las Vegas. No, the Las Vegas team would win the championship more. These things, oh man, Patrick Mahomes is paying the refs. No, that's not at all what's happening. And this nonsense, I'm just going to say this nonsense going around that things are scripted and AI generated, it's outrageous. And a lot of things are AI generated. That's you be aware of. And I will say there's a lot of things that are scripted. I don't like, podcasts. This is not scripted. I think about what I'm going to say. I didn't know I was going to say this. No, I get my main thoughts. This might sound crazy from taking my shower. What am I going to say? Yeah, I don't like things that are scripted. I don't like when someone's talking in an interview. Yeah, you have questions. Yeah, you have made points you want to hit. But guess what? That's not scripted. That's a way to go. That's a pathway to go, and it could go completely different. But there's a difference in having a news station where you tell information to millions of people or thousands of people, and the difference between Stephen A. Smith reading off of a script. No, I don't think he reads off of a script, but some people do. And these people who say, "Man, I did all this." Number one, probably had a lot of help that you're not getting. I'll be honest. I wrote a book, and I've said this before. I didn't pay an editor. I did. Sorry, I used AI to basically do the editing, and then I used my grandma and my mother to help me with my editing. And of course, I use Grammarly, which is a AI based system. I used, of course, I put it on a Google Doc, which scans it over and uses AI to see misspelling. Does that mean it's a AI book? I'm gonna say no. It's not an AI book. It's written from the heart. It's written from what I think I was you know not told to do, but it was what I was thinking about. I always loved bears and could see all around me. And it's a deep subject of both faking, making things, you know, there's a difference between saying like the NFL or the NBA or the MLB is scripted, which is not, and things that actually are scripted that makes you look better or you get clicks. That's not what I do. I don't make a script. I don't have no papers on my desk because I'm from, my head and my mouth that comes out, and sometimes I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot. But yeah, that's my take. That was pretty long. I didn't realize because I feel like that's a big problem in our generation. Also, big debate online: LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Here's the thing: it's culture. It's the NBA. It's changed just like culture's changed, just like the fan base has changed. It was on a Sunday afternoon. You would go and watch NBA. You don't really see that as much. See watching NFL, of course. That's been a thing, right? The NBA has changed so much. Shot clocks, even 3-pointers. It hasn't changed that much since I've been around, but the superstars have changed. Stephen Curry used to be the you know, biggest superstar. LeBron James, biggest superstar. They're going down. Not literally, but now you have LaMelo Ball. You have, Luka Doncic, and you still have Nikola Jokic, and all these players. They're going above these, OG players. Some people get mad. Some people say, yeah, times have changed. So having the debate who's the GOAT, they're both GOATs. They're both greats. And it's different people saying different things. If you ask someone I'm just saying between the age of probably 22 to 12, I'm guarantee you 75% of those, that's just made up stat, by the way, 75% of those are probably going to be, they're going to be LeBron James. They're going to say LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. But then you have another age where, I don't know, probably 30, I don't know, 35, it's about 55, and probably beyond that, where you're going to say Michael Jordan's the greatest. And then there's the in-between ages where it could go 50-50. And it's not about stats, it's not about rings, it's about what they did on the court. How did they change the game? And they both changed the game in significant ways. And that's why they're both the greatest. And they both had a lasting impact on the NBA. And I firmly believe that they had a lasting impact on the NBA. Let's get the glasses off. I'm tired of these glasses. Let's talk face to face. I've been talking about, people getting clicks and all this and negative things. Another negative thing is people saying the Savannah Bananas, wow, they're ruining the game of baseball. They're making kids, not like the game of baseball, which is completely wrong. The opposite, actually. They're bringing people towards the game. A lot of kids, I forgot the number, don't quote me on this, 3 out of 10 kids, only 3 out of 10 kids actually play sports in their youth. Now, I don't know how accurate that is. I saw it on ESPN. It was about a year ago back, I do believe. But that's a crazy stat. Where used to, that was the community. Now it's playing Fortnite. No, I'm kidding, not Fortnite, bro. How old do you think I am? No, but playing video games with friends, or just sitting around, quote, hanging out when you're all texting on your phone. And it's not cool to play sports. Savannah Bananas are bringing that back. They're having these 20-year-olds dance on the field, having fun, seeing the joy, bringing families together and under the roof of, I would say, the Savannah Bananas. They have changed the game and the overall impact of baseball. More people are watching the MLB. It's been crazy in the MLB. They're not using the Savannah Bananas. Just like I have the NBA problem, where I heard Colin Cowherd, he was saying the NBA doesn't use college as well it needs to. They don't go out and March Madness and have ads or or get their people to do more social media stuff with college players, they support the G League because it's connected to them, just like the MLB supports the minor leagues. No one goes to a random Greenville Drive game unless they're a top scout, which you learn from what? College? You won't have a guy that doesn't go to college. People say, "Oh, let's go from let's go to the from the bottom of Florida all the way to Greenville, South Carolina, and watch it." No, we're gonna wait till they get to the majors, or fill out a whole football stadium with 80,000, like the Savannah Bananas did, and make the crowd go crazy, and change the game. I compare it to the Harlem Globetrotters. They did a lot for the game of basketball. They changed how people even looked at basketball, and it was a little more, might I say, a little more scripted. That's completely fine, though. That's what made people have fun, and it's a little different in a new age, just like LeBron and Jordan. There's a different age, and I think there's a change in our generation with phones and social media. We got to take a step back. Just like I said, I don't know if you didn't hear, we have to take a step back. Let me put it in this way. Today, we make everything technology based. We make, the biggest sports events technology based. Biggest LED screen, wow. Biggest speakers, wow. Biggest performers at this game, wow. Biggest superstars they put on the Jumbotron, wow. That shows how good the game is. No, I'll guarantee you, at one point, every single person there was looking or staring at a phone for at least a minute. It doesn't mean looking and watching a whole YouTube video in the top stands. It means looking, texting someone. Yeah, there's points. You're at a professional game. You don't really see that just random Bananas game. Now, they take videos, of course, and yeah, people do it. You don't see that Savannah Bananas game. You don't see it. If a game's so exciting, you shouldn't need to be on your phone the whole time. Maybe take videos. But it begs the question, do we need to take limits? And, no personal, I'm a teenager. I do have a phone, which I'm recording on. And I do have a YouTube channel, which is social media. Do we need to limit, first of all, how children are every day using technology? Because it's getting out of control with especially artificial intelligence. Like at the beginning, it's powerful. It can trick a lot of people, and it can go down a far way. And I think one day, people say, "Oh, man, you're just." People say, "AI is not going to take over." Oof. I think AI, it's going to be definitely in the talking when it comes to end times, which, me frankly, not going to get too much in the subject, but sooner than later, don't sleep. No, don't sleep. I'll tell you that. But man, exciting summer to come. I might say it's going to be crazy. It's NBA Finals. I mean, not NBA. Still the first round, by the way. Game 6. I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago. I was talking about Lakers in the playoffs and it just started. It's Game 6 tonight, and Lakers, they're choking. They're up 3-0, 3-2 now. Rockets win this game. They have an advantage. No, it's still, it's would be back in Los Angeles. Tonight's game's in Houston, but it's crazy. But yeah, the summer it's going to be spectacular. I feel like if you didn't know, I did write a book, but sorry, I'm writing a book too this summer, and I think it's going to be exciting. And if you guys want to know who did this amazing painting for the front cover, Danny Zimmerman, and I even got a frame of the first painting that we turned into digitally, even a signature on the back. This might be worth something one day, but thanks for all the support, by the way. But book 2 is coming out. It's going to be even better than book 1. If you see a grammar mistake, look, come on. I wrote that when I was 14. I didn't have an editor. I used Grammarly, of course, and I used artificial intelligence, which was intelligent of me because I didn't pay it, and I used my sources. But book 2 is coming out. A lot of exciting things. Hopefully, I can maybe get some of the live streaming. But that's the Eli Show. Be prepared. Don't sleep. I'm Eli Tanner.